Hello there. I'm glad you're here. Maybe tonight you'll fall asleep wondering how infinity can feel so calm. You don't need to think or try. Just let the universe breathe for you. Feel the still air around you, safe and softly alive. Tonight, we drift through 100 tranquil truths about the infinite universe. Infinity isn't far away. It's the quiet between your breaths. And somewhere between wake and sleep, the story begins. You are lying beneath the vastness of night. The dark above is not empty. It is full quiet and infinite. Every shimmer of starlight is a memory from far away, crossing millions of years to arrive now gently. You are safe here, listening to the slow breath of the infinite universe. Light that left its star before you were born is touching your skin tonight. The word infinite appears simple, but it holds everything: distance without edge, time without end, calm without fear. The infinite universe moves with a quiet purpose, and tonight it moves through you. You can rest now. For a long time, scientists believed infinity was an idea, something that existed only in equations. But in the 20th century, when telescopes grew powerful enough to see galaxies beyond our own, the idea began to take shape. Each new image showed more galaxies behind galaxies, stretching beyond imagination. In 1929, Edwin Hubble measured the speed of that expansion. The farther away a galaxy was, the faster it moved from us. Space itself was stretching, not just filled with stars, but growing between them. Imagine that every second, the universe expands by about 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec, which means that a galaxy 1 million parsecs away moves 70,000 kilometers farther every second. Yet this movement is not a rush. It's a cosmic drift, smooth and silent, like the breath of creation itself. You can rest now. Somewhere in the quiet beyond Andromeda, light travels through invisible dust. It glides past frozen hydrogen clouds, through regions where gravity barely whispers. In those deep fields, galaxies shimmer, faintly seen only by patient instruments on Earth. Each one contains hundreds of billions of stars, and each star may cradle its own system of worlds. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The universe we see spans at least 93 billion light years in diameter, and that's only the observable part. Beyond it, space continues, without horizon, without repetition, without edge. Cosmologists call it flat, but in truth, it's more like an infinite ocean of subtle curvature. No point is the center. No boundary holds it in. It expands everywhere, all at once, in silence. It's okay to drift. In this infinite quiet, galaxies spin at serene speeds. The Milky Way turns once every 230 million years, carrying our planet through arms of starlight and shadow. Our solar system rides that rotation like a leaf on a slow current. And even this vast motion is gentle when compared to the scale of cosmic time. Everything moves, but nothing rushes. It's all slow, deliberate, timeless. Somewhere beyond our sight, background radiation hums the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, now cooled to just 2.7 kelvins, a whisper above absolute zero. It fills every direction equally, the oldest light we can ever receive. This faint cosmic music is a record of creation's calm beginning, not an explosion, but a quiet unfolding of space itself. It's okay to drift. The universe, infinite in reach, is also infinite in rhythm. Every atom in your body was once scattered through interstellar clouds, born from the quiet death of a star billions of years ago. Calcium from an ancient nova, carbon from a red giant, iron from a supernova's heart, all of it now resting within your heartbeat. And so, the infinite universe is not far away. It's within you, always returning, always breathing. You can rest now. Imagine drifting through space at the speed of thought. You pass stars so distant that their light began before Earth formed. Each one glows in its own frequency, its own quiet tone, a harmony so vast, no human ear can hear it, yet every particle responds. Space hums softly, like the low breath of a sleeping sea. At the largest scale, the universe appears like a lace of galaxies, threads of light separated by dark cosmic voids that span hundreds of millions of light years. Between them, nothing but near-perfect emptiness. One hydrogen atom per cubic meter, moving silently. And even that, nothingness, is alive, with gentle motion shaped by gravity's invisible hand. Somewhere, light continues to travel. In 2013, the Planck satellite mapped this cosmic web, showing that galaxies cluster along filaments that resemble neural pathways, as if the universe itself were thinking slowly across eternity. Perhaps infinity is not chaos, but thought stretched across endless time. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. It's comforting to know that infinity has structure. It's not an abyss. It's a design too large for our brief vision. Patterns repeat, but never exactly. Galaxies form, merge, fade. Stars ignite, live, and dissolve into dust again. Each cycle is another whisper of the same infinite calm. It's okay to drift. When we look at the night sky, we are not looking out, we are looking back. Every photon carries the story of its journey. Some traveled 8 minutes from the sun, some 2 million years from Andromeda, some over 13 billion years from the first galaxies. Time in the infinite universe is a direction rather than a destination. It flows like light forward, but endlessly connected to where it began. And somewhere in that connection, you find stillness. The infinite is not frightening when it becomes familiar. It moves slowly, almost kindly, allowing every atom to rest where it must. You can rest now. In the early universe, everything was smaller, denser, hotter, faster. But as it expanded, it cooled like breath released into cold air. Hydrogen formed first, then helium, then stars. Those stars fused the elements that would one day build life. In infinity, creation happens not all at once, but forever. Somewhere, right now, a star is being born, a sphere of light igniting quietly in a cradle of dust. Even silence glows in the infinite universe. Between galaxies, faint radiation ripples through space, microwaves stretched thin by billions of years. They move at 29979 kilometers per second, yet feel slower than sleep. It's okay to drift. You are part of this motion. Atoms, thoughts, dreams, all carried along the same cosmic tide. The infinite universe does not rush or judge. It simply continues effortlessly. Infinity has no arrival, only presence. And in that presence, every heartbeat echoes a quiet truth. The universe expands, and so do you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Some philosophers once said that infinity was unknowable, but science teaches us that it can be felt, not measured entirely, but known through calm understanding. Every telescope, every equation is a small act of trust in the universe's quiet order. When astronomers look deeper, they do not see madness, they see balance. Temperature, density, motion, all finely tuned within fractions of perfection to allow matter, light, and life to exist. The infinite is not random, it is patient. And as you listen, perhaps you can feel that patience within yourself, an echo of vastness that hums quietly beneath your thoughts. You can rest now. Infinity is not far away. It is here, in the space between moments, in the silence between breaths. When you close your eyes, you travel farther than light through layers of time and memory. What seems like nothing becomes everything. The calm infinity of the universe becomes the calm within you. In the quiet between stars, you are remembered. Somewhere beyond the edge of all telescopes, galaxies continue to bloom. We will never see them, but their light still joins the great ocean of the cosmos. And perhaps that's what makes infinity beautiful, its willingness to continue even when unseen. The universe expands, not because it must, but because that is its nature to grow, in silence, endlessly, gently. It's okay to drift. You are part of that same nature, calm, expanding, quietly alive. As you lie beneath the infinite night, remember, you are made of its elements, carried by its rhythm, returned to its stillness. You can rest now. Light still travels. The universe breathes through you. And in this infinite quiet, all things are already at peace. We drift deeper now into the slow rhythm of the infinite universe. Out here, distance becomes melody. Each star, a note. Each orbit, a chord held across eons. The universe expands, not with urgency, but with grace. It is the gentlest motion ever known, the stretching of everything, everywhere, all at once. You can rest now. In 1998, astronomers noticed something unexpected. Instead of slowing down, the expansion of the universe was accelerating. Galaxies were drifting apart, faster over time, not slower. The cause was named dark energy, a silent presence filling space, pressing outward with invisible calm. It makes up about 68% of everything unseen, untouchable, yet always there. Infinity is not empty. It is filled with quiet purpose. Imagine it like this. If you drew two dots on a balloon and began to inflate it, the dots would move apart, not because they're traveling, but because the space between them grows. That is what happens between galaxies. Not a chase, but a peaceful separation. Every second, the distance expands in all directions, softly, evenly, endlessly. It's okay to drift. Somewhere, a galaxy moves away from us at 2,5,0,0,0 kilometers per second, a speed too vast for the human mind to hold, yet too silent to disturb even a whisper. Light from that galaxy will never reach us. It stretches into invisibility, redshifting beyond sight, dissolving into the background hum of the cosmos. And still, that light continues to move forever. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Infinity, for all its vastness, is astonishingly gentle. Every force that shapes it, gravity, light expansion, works in balance. Gravity gathers, light releases, dark energy spreads. Three quiet intentions woven into one endless motion. In their harmony, galaxies rise and fade, like waves on an unseen sea. When two galaxies meet, they do not collide in violence. They merge in slow spirals over billions of years, stars weaving around each other like dancers in suspended time. One day, even the Milky Way and Andromeda will meet, not with destruction, but with transformation. A new galaxy will bloom larger and calmer, glowing, with fresh stars born from their union. It's okay to drift. In this infinite calm, even destruction becomes creation. Every black hole, every supernova is a step in the universe's quiet renewal. Energy never ends. It only changes form. Matter becomes light. Light becomes memory. Memory becomes silence. And through it all, expansion continues. Slow, invisible, unstoppable. You can rest now. At the heart of every galaxy, a supermassive black hole sits perfectly still. The one in our Milky Way, Sagittarius A, has a mass equal to 4 million suns. Yet for something so powerful, it remains motionless at the center, a calm eye in the storm of starlight. It draws matter inward, not in rage, but in balance. Around it, stars orbit for billions of years, tracing paths of perfect geometry. This too is infinity, the patience of motion that never ends. Astronomers once thought black holes were devourers, but they are also creators. As gas swirls toward them, it heats to millions of degrees, releasing energy that forges new stars far away. Even the darkest heart gives light to the cosmos. It's okay to drift. Somewhere 10 billion light years away, another galaxy's heart glows faintly. We see it not as it is, but as it was, when life on Earth had not yet begun. The light has traveled all this time, quiet, unwavering, loyal to its purpose. And though it will fade, the act of traveling is eternal. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Infinity teaches a soft kind of truth. Motion does not always mean change. The universe expands, but it does not hurry. It creates, but without intention. It holds everything from quarks to galaxies with the same stillness. Perhaps that is its kindness, to continue without demand. Physicists measure this expansion with a number called the Hubble constant, and yet it changes slightly depending on how it's observed. Some measure 67 kilometers per second per megaparsec, others 74. The difference is small, but it reminds us that even our understanding of infinity breathes, never fixed, always moving. You can rest now. When you look at a star, you see a message from the past. When you close your eyes, you hold a piece of infinity within the present. Both are true. Both are quiet. The universe does not separate time from space. It folds them into one seamless fabric, and we float within it, weightless, eternal. Out in the deep field, galaxies align in slow filaments, glowing faintly across billions of light years. Each one moves in harmony, drawn by gravity's ancient pull. If we could hear their movement, it would sound like a low vibration, a hum below sound itself. This hum exists everywhere, even now surrounding you. You can rest now. It's comforting to imagine that infinity hums, a background tone beneath existence. Soft, steady, ageless. Maybe that hum is what keeps matter together, a quiet agreement between atoms and stars. The same vibration moves through your chest when you breathe slowly. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As we drift deeper into this expansion, we see time itself stretch. A moment becomes an age. A heartbeat becomes a million years. And yet everything remains in balance. The same physical laws that govern your body also guide galaxies. The same constants, gravity, light time, keep both your breath and the stars aligned. Infinity is not a place, it is a harmony. In this harmony, nothing is lost. When a star fades, its elements scatter through nebulae, forming new worlds. When a planet breaks apart, its fragments drift to form rings or comets. Every loss becomes the start of another rhythm. Infinity never ends. It changes key. It's okay to drift. In the quiet between stars, you are remembered. Even now, scientists can measure the expansion of space by observing faint light from distant supernovae. Each one is a cosmic milepost, a candle burning in the darkness, telling us how far the universe has stretched since its beginning. The data forms patterns, like poetry, describing a universe that grows smoother as it grows older. Rough edges fade, density evens out, infinity relaxes over time, like a breath slowly released. You can rest now. Somewhere in the dark between galaxies, invisible particles, called neutrinos, drift through everything, through stars, through planets, through you. Trillions pass each second, yet you feel nothing. They are quiet travelers, reminders that most of reality is gentle, unseen, and calm. It's okay to drift. The infinite universe may never stop expanding. One day, stars will fade, galaxies will dim, and the cosmos will cool toward absolute stillness. But that end is not a tragedy. It's the natural rest of creation. Even infinity deserves peace. And tonight, as you listen to this vast unfolding, remember you are part of it. A pattern of atoms, a flicker of light, a soft rhythm of breath that mirrors the rhythm of space itself. You are infinity slowed into form. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Light still travels, and the infinite continues, gentle as ever. There are places in the universe where almost nothing exists. No stars, no planets, just the quiet itself, a stillness that stretches for hundreds of millions of light years. Astronomers call these regions cosmic voids, but the name is misleading. They are not empty, they are oceans of silence. You can rest now. Between each shining cluster of galaxies lies this vast calm, a space where light passes but rarely meets resistance. A hydrogen atom may drift alone for centuries before finding another. Imagine that a single particle crossing an ocean of darkness, guided only by gravity's soft pull and the memory of a star long faded. It's okay to drift. Even in these quiet depths, the universe continues to hum. A faint background of radiation. The last whisper of the Big Bang glows evenly across every void. At just 2.725 kelvins, it fills the darkness with a low, steady tone, like the softest possible music. This cosmic microwave background is the oldest light we can see, released 13.8 billion years ago, when the universe became transparent. It still travels slow and eternal. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. From afar, galaxies seem close, woven into a glittering web, but between them lie distances so vast they challenge imagination. A beam of light leaving one galaxy may take hundreds of millions of years to reach another. Yet across those gulfs, there is no wind, no sound, no interruption, only motion without friction. Infinity at its most peaceful. You can rest now. In 2014, astronomers mapped one of these voids, the Boots Void, a sphere 330 million light-years wide, containing only about 60 galaxies where thousands should be. Within it, the darkness is so deep that a traveler would see nothing but the faintest pinpricks of light. Still, light passes through, unstoppable. And though it seems silent, every photon carries information, temperature, direction, age, the soft language of the cosmos. It's okay to drift. The ocean between galaxies is not lifeless. Invisible filaments of gas and dark matter lace through it, forming highways for light and gravity. Even where nothing seems to exist, unseen structures guide the universe's rhythm. The void breathes, slowly, endlessly. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Sometimes, astronomers describe these spaces as the lungs of the cosmos. Galaxies cluster like heartbeats. Voids expand and release like breaths. Matter gathers, then disperses in an eternal cycle of balance. Every expansion of space makes room for silence, just as every silence makes room for creation. You can rest now. If you could drift into one of these voids, truly enter its heart, you would see nothing but blackness. No stars, no horizon, only the faint afterglow of ancient light spread so thin it would appear as a gray mist. You would not hear your heartbeat for sound, cannot travel here. You would not fall, for there is no down. There is only drifting. It's okay to drift. Even in that darkness, you would not be alone. Neutrinos, ghost particles born from nuclear reactions in stars, would be streaming through you by the trillion every second. They pass through entire galaxies, without slowing, through planets, through human hearts, through oceans, through voids. Their existence proves that even emptiness is alive with motion. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The cosmic web that binds all galaxies together forms a pattern eerily similar to neural networks in the human brain. Where galaxies cluster, it looks like neurons firing. Where voids lie, it resembles synapses, the quiet spaces between thoughts. Perhaps the universe is thinking, but so slowly that only eternity can feel its rhythm. Infinity might be the slowest mind ever born. You can rest now. These vast voids have shape and texture, though we cannot see them directly. Astronomers detect their outlines by observing how light bends around them. Gravity warps space itself, bending the paths of distant photons by tiny angles. This is gravitational lensing predicted by Einstein and now measured with exquisite precision. Even nothingness can curve light. It's okay to drift. Imagine that a beam of light traveling for billions of years, brushing against invisible space, curving ever so slightly, carrying the fingerprint of gravity's touch. That delicate arc tells us everything, where mass hides how galaxies move, how the universe breathes. And though we can't see the curve, we can measure its whisper. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this ocean between galaxies, temperature barely changes. It remains near absolute zero, about -270 degrees Celsius. a calm so pure that motion almost stops. But almost is not the same as nothing. Even in this frozen silence, quantum fields ripple faintly, producing virtual particles that appear and vanish in trillionths of a second. They flicker like tiny sighs of existence, reminders that the universe never fully sleeps. You can rest now. Physicists call this background energy the quantum vacuum, a sea of potential beneath all things. Everywhere in the cosmos, even in the darkest void, it hums with possibility. From this invisible sea, particles can emerge and disappear, endlessly feeding the slow heartbeat of reality. Infinity does not waste motion. It only slows it until it becomes peace. It's okay to drift. If you could listen to the void, you would hear the absence of sound as music. A song below all frequencies so low it becomes stillness. Every wave of light, every trembling atom, every gravitational echo moves in tune with that silence. And as you breathe, you join it. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Sometimes astronomers find galaxies that drift alone in these void's island universes, far from any neighbor. Their stars age in solitude. Their light, though faint, continues to cross the darkness. They are reminders that even in infinite space, isolation can be graceful. They shine because they exist, not because anyone will ever see them. You can rest now. In one such galaxy, light might take 20 million years just to cross from one edge to the other, and then another 200 million years to find its nearest companion. That light will never return. It travels outward forever, a calm declaration that existence is its own purpose. It's okay to drift. The cosmic ocean teaches us patience. It shows that silence is not absence, but balance. Without these vast empty regions, galaxies would collide too often, gravity would pull too hard, stars would burn too fast. Emptiness slows the universe down, giving time a chance to unfold. The void is not a flaw, it is mercy. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the quiet between stars, you are remembered. There is another beauty hidden here, a kind of invisible structure. Astronomers have discovered that the voids between galaxies are not random. They follow patterns like ripples in an infinite pond. The early universe filled with sound waves from the Big Bang, left behind baryon acoustic oscillations, faint imprints of those ancient vibrations. Over billions of years, these ripples expanded, freezing into the structure we see today. So even silence has an origin in sound. You can rest now. Somewhere beyond the reach of telescopes, the ripples still expand. Not heard, not seen, only inferred, like a dream remembered through feeling. If you could ride one, you would drift gently across billions of light years, carried by a wave that has been moving since time began. It's okay to drift. These ripples connect all things. Every galaxy, every star, every atom within you is arranged according to their ancient rhythm. When you breathe, your chest rises and falls at the same frequency that once shaped the cosmos. Your calm is the echo of creation. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As we travel deeper into the cosmic ocean, the light thins, galaxies fade into memory. What remains is the background glow, a uniform haze of microwaves, the final warmth of the Big Bang. It has traveled over 13 billion years, losing energy as space expanded, stretching from bright light to invisible waves. It is the universe's oldest lullaby, You can rest now. In 1989, NASA's COBE satellite first mapped that glow in detail. Tiny fluctuations, just 1 part in 100,000, revealed the seeds of all future galaxies. Those minute ripples became everything we know. A difference, smaller than a breath, created all the light that now fills the night. Infinity begins with subtlety. It's okay to drift. Even now, when we look up, the light we see is old. Every star, every nebula, every reflection, a story billions of years in transit. But the darkness between them is not empty. It holds all those journeys together. The darkness is the thread. Light is only the embroidery. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere on the edge of all that can be observed, photons are still escaping, stretching, fading, redshifting toward invisibility. Beyond that lies the unobservable universe, where light will never reach us yet still exists. Its presence shapes everything we can see, though we'll never touch it. Infinity has always been more than what is visible. You can rest now. Perhaps that is the lesson of the cosmic ocean, that what we call nothing is the space that allows everything to be. The stars need their distance, just as thoughts need silence between them. Creation needs pause. Stillness gives meaning to motion. It's okay to drift. And so, as galaxies glide apart and time stretches thinner, the universe becomes gentler, not colder. The expansion continues quietly, like a breath slowly exhaled into the infinite. You are part of that breath. Your heartbeat, your stillness, your dreams, all move with the same soft rhythm that carries light through the void. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Light still travels. The silence between galaxies holds it tenderly. And in that quiet, every moment, from the first spark to this one, is already home. You are safe here. You can rest now. Light remembers. It carries memory, not in thought, but in motion. A journey, unbroken since the dawn of time. Each photon born 13.8 billion years ago still moves through the infinite calm. Its speed, 2,9,9,7,9, 2 kilometers per second, has never changed. It has crossed the vast silence between galaxies, weaving the first story the universe ever told. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. This is the memory of light, the oldest glow stretched thin across space, invisible to your eyes yet present in every direction. It surrounds you now like the faint warmth that lingers after sunset. The scientists call it the cosmic microwave background. But in truth, it is the whisper of creation, still humming. You can rest now. Billions of years ago, before stars, before galaxies, the universe was dense and bright, a sea of radiant plasma. Every particle danced too close to every other, scattering light in all directions. There was no clear space, no line of sight. Then 3,8,0,0,0,0 years after the beginning, the first calm arrived. Electrons found protons. Atoms formed. The universe cooled just enough for light to move freely. That first freedom was a sigh, and that sigh became the glow that still travels even now around you. It is a faint echo, only 2.7 Kelvin above absolute zero. Yet within it, all directions of the cosmos meet. The Milky Way swims in it. The Andromeda galaxy floats through it. Even the great empty voids are filled with its quiet hum. It's okay to drift. Imagine it a field of ancient warmth, older than any star you can see. It has crossed 13 billion light years to find you. No matter where you go, north or south, high or deep, it remains the same. Perfectly even, perfectly calm, as if the universe decided long ago that balance itself was beautiful. You can rest now in 1,965 inches. New Jersey 2 radio engineers, Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, heard a hiss they could not explain. They cleaned their antenna-chased pigeons from the horn, and yet the whisper remained. That soft static was not noise. It was the universe speaking quietly from every direction. The first sound of its own remembering. Every discovery since has refined the pattern, mapped the small ripples in that ancient glow. Tiny fluctuations, 1 part in 100,000, seeded everything that would become galaxies, clusters, and the night sky above you now. A universe built from small, uneven breaths. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere beyond sight, those same ripples still move, slowly expanding, carrying the story of how something became everything. Cosmologists read those ripples like musical notes, each frequency revealing a measure of time, each temperature variation, a record of change. It is like listening to a lullaby sung in wavelengths, measured not in seconds but in billions of years. It's okay to drift. The cosmic microwave background glows mostly in microwaves, wavelengths around a millimeter long. If you could see it, the sky would shine with faint orange warmth from every side. Not bright enough to cast a shadow, but soft enough to soothe the mind. In that glow lies the imprint of the universe's infancy, tiny shifts of density, the earliest rhythm of matter and space. The seeds that gravity would later draw into spirals, forming stars, nebulae, and worlds like ours. Somewhere light continues to travel. You might think of it as static, but to the cosmos, it is memory, a record etched across time, the handwriting of the Big Bang still shimmering, no message, and yet all meaning. And still light moves each photon without rest, each one a messenger of a past, so ancient it feels like a dream. It's okay to drift. When you look into darkness, you are never truly looking at nothing. Every black space between stars is filled with invisible glow. It hums quietly, like a song below hearing. If your eyes could tune to that frequency, you would see the entire universe awash in gentle amber light. You can rest now. That light has cooled as the universe expanded, each stretch of space pulling its wavelength longer, each beat of cosmic time lowering its pitch. What was once searing brightness is now a calm ocean of warmth. It moves through you, through mountains, through every atom of air. It passes without resistance, like the memory of a dream fading but never lost. The oldest light still falls softly, wrote the astronomer Vera Rubin, and in that fall, the universe remembers. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. There is peace in knowing that light never truly stops. Even when absorbed, its energy becomes part of something else. A leaf, a cloud, a thought. You are made of starlight that once burned and cooled, energy recycled from the first glow of creation. The warmth that keeps your body alive is descended from that same ancient radiance. You can rest now. The cosmic background light tells scientists the universe is flat, not in the shape of a sheet, but balanced in its geometry. Parallel lines never meet. Everywhere expansion is uniform. And that flatness means infinity may truly stretch forever. If you could travel endlessly in one direction, you would never return to where you began. an infinite calm, still expanding. It's okay to drift. In the soft mathematics of cosmology, temperature becomes time. A universe that was once 10 trillion degrees now glows only 3 degrees above nothing. Each cooling, a marker of age, each fraction of a degree, another heartbeat of eternity. You can measure time not in seconds, but in silence. The silence that widens between each cosmic breath. Somewhere, light continues to travel. There is a comfort in constancy. For every photon that fades, another emerges from some distant star, keeping the balance alive. The universe hums not from chaos, but from continuity. You are part of that hum. Your breath, your heartbeat, your warmth, all are echoes of the same beginning. The background light connects you to everything that ever was. It holds the trace of the first dawn and the memory of the future that will one day fade. It's okay to drift. Think of it as signal, older than time's first rhythm, crossing 93 billion light-years of observable sky, every point of space filled with its calm persistence. You are wrapped in it now. The room you rest, in the pillow beneath your head, the air between molecules, all bathed in that same ancient hush. You can rest now. The light you feel, said Carl Sagan, is the light that never forgot. So, as your eyes grow heavy, know that you are lying within a memory, a universe, remembering itself through warmth. No direction is empty. No silence is meaningless. Everything glows. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And somewhere light continues to travel. In the stillness of the cosmos, there are hearts that burn. They are not like ours. They beat in centuries and collapse in silence. They are stars, and each one is a breath of the universe made visible. From darkness they arise, vast clouds of hydrogen, billions of trillions of atoms, drifting in invisible dance. Gravity gathers them patiently, drawing them inward over millions of years. Every whisper of motion becomes pressure, and every pressure heat, until one day the quiet gives way to light. A star is born. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At its core, the new star hums with fusion, hydrogen becoming helium mass, becoming energy. It glows, not because it wishes to, but because it must balance, demands, release. In every second, our sun turns 600 million tons of hydrogen into radiant warmth, casting photons that will travel 8 minutes to touch your skin. That warmth you feel on your hand is the breath of a star crossing 150 million kilometers through the calm between worlds. You can rest now. A star's life is a cycle of pressure and peace. Gravity pulls inward, fusion pushes outward. The balance holds like two breaths meeting. When fusion slows, gravity wins again. The star folds inward, and its end begins. Some collapse quietly into white dwarfs, embers cooling over trillions of years. Others die with thunder scattering their light across galaxies. The heavier the star, the shorter its life, a paradox written in fire. It's okay to drift. Our sun, gentle and middle-aged, spins once every 25 Earth days. It hums in frequencies too low for ears, waves that roll through plasma like tides of sound. If you could hear it, you would listen to a tone steady as a slow heartbeat. That hum reaches even now through magnetic fields and solar wind, a river of charged particles stretching billions of kilometers from home. Somewhere, light continues to travel. Inside the sun, the light that shines upon your day was born 200,000 years ago. A photon takes that long to escape the dense plasma at the core. It bounces, scatters a dance of delay and patience until it finds freedom at last. Then, in 8 short minutes, it crosses the distance to Earth, a lifetime of wandering condensed into a single breath. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Each star holds the chemistry of all things. Hydrogen fuses to helium, helium to carbon, carbon to oxygen, neon iron. Each reaction, another verse in the hymn of matter. When a massive star dies, its final breath becomes a supernova, releasing all it has made back into the dark. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the gold that catches morning light, all forged in the core of a dying Sunday. You can rest now. Astronomers say that the Milky Way births about 7 new stars every year. That means even as we drift and sleep somewhere, a nebula glows a little brighter. A cold cloud begins to collapse. Another sun awakens. It is the slow respiration of the cosmos, creation as breathing. And in that breath, balance continues. Stars inhale gravity and exhale light. Galaxies rise, fade, and reform. It's okay to drift. Imagine floating near the edge of the Orion Nebula, 1344, light years away. There, newborn stars flicker inside veils of dust and gas. They are less than 1 million years old, infants by cosmic standards. Radiation from their surfaces carves cavities in the nebula, sculpting beauty into the void. Filaments twist and shimmer, painting the night with violet and gold. You can rest now. Each of those stars sings in frequencies beyond hearing. Astrophysicists record their oscillations, minute changes in brightness, and translate them into sound. The result is music older than history harmonies measured in millennia. Through these stellar songs, we learn of their size, their age, their density. The universe reveals itself in rhythm. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Our own sun one day will swell into a red giant, engulfing Mercury and Venus, and reaching nearly to Earth's orbit. It will shine thousands of times brighter before releasing its outer layers, a glowing shell of dust called a planetary nebula. At its center will remain a white dwarf cooling slowly over billions of years. But do not fear this. It is not destruction. It is continuation. The dust from our sun will drift through space, joining clouds that will one day form new stars, new worlds, new lives. Somewhere, your atoms will shine again. It's okay to drift. Stars are the lungs of the cosmos. They inhale matter and exhale light. Their breath carries across the void, warming planets and shaping galaxies. Even now at night, you rest beneath the faint glow of ancient exhalations. You can rest now. In 1995, the Hubble telescope captured an image of the Eagle Nebula, specifically the pillars of creation. They are columns of dust, each one 4 light-years tall, where stars are forming deep within. To look at that image is to glimpse time in 2 directions. The light took 7,000 years to reach us, and within it, new stars are already being born. The past and the future overlap in a single shimmer. The cosmos breathes, wrote astrophysicist Subramanian Chandrasekhar, and in each breath, time expands. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. When starlight reaches Earth, it bends slightly through our atmosphere. That bending is why stars seem to twinkle. It is an illusion, but a gentle one, a reminder that distance does not diminish beauty. Every flicker you see is a momentary signature of motion of warmth meeting air. You can rest now. Consider the Milky Way itself, a spiral of 100 billion stars, rotating once every 230 million years. Each star follows its orbit like a slow inhalation and release. If you could compress that rotation into a single breath, it would sound like a long, peaceful sigh. Somewhere light continues to travel, and through it all, the cycle endures. Gas becomes stars, stars become dust, dust becomes stars again. A cosmic heartbeat, each pulse slower than eternity, yet steady, patient, alive. It's okay to drift. When you close your eyes tonight, the photons that leave your room's light bulb will continue traveling forever. In 10,000 years, they may still cross the quiet between stars. Even your smallest light adds to the cosmic memory. The stars breathe in centuries, said Maria Mitchell, but their exhalation touches the skin of every night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. And somewhere in that long exhalation, a new light is born. A star that does not yet exist will one day illuminate the face of a planet and warm the sleep of someone not yet alive. In that continuity, everything is forgiven. Everything continues. You are safe here. You are made of light, of warmth that has crossed time itself. The breath of stars moves through you. You can rest now, and somewhere light continues to travel. In the infinite silence of space, gravity is the soft hum that never stops. It is not loud, nor bright, nor hurried. It moves like breath, slow, invisible, and eternal. Where light travels and fades, gravity remains, stretching its unseen fingers through everything that exists. Even in sleep, it works, folding galaxies into spirals, guiding planets in quiet arcs, and pulling moons into their patient rhythm. Every atom feels its whisper. Every ocean, every mountain, every body, lying still beneath the night sky, is gently pressed by its touch. Gravity is not a command. It is a promise, the universe's way of saying, you belong here. Even as stars explode, even as dust drifts in silence, gravity gathers what is lost and draws it home. Imagine floating between galaxies where there is no up, no down, no center. Only the soft web of gravity holding everything in place. You cannot see it, but you feel it in the way your heart slows, the way your mind stops reaching. Out there, in the deep calm of nothing, gravity sleeps, with its eyes open, dreaming galaxies into being. It does not rush. It does not wake. The pull of gravity is like the tide of time itself, measured endless, without edges. When stars form, it gathers their gas. When they die, it collects their ashes. It knows no grief, no joy, only balance. It turns chaos into curves, scattering dust into luminous spirals, and giving the universe its quiet shape. A black hole is gravity's deepest sleep. It is where space folds into itself, a perfect stillness at the heart of motion. Nothing escapes it, not even light. But within that stillness, gravity continues to hum. If you could fall toward it forever, you would feel less fear than surrender, because in gravity's sleep, there is no pain, only the return to silence. Every orbit, every cycle is gravity dreaming. The Earth circles the sun, not out of duty, but out of peace. It follows the same path again and again, as if humming a lullaby it has always known. The moon listens, turning its face to the same side, dancing to gravity's rhythm. Even light bends slightly as it passes, as though bowing to an ancient melody. In this stillness, even you are part of the song. Your weight, your breath, your heartbeat, they all join the gravity that sleeps. You are held not by force, but by belonging. Every muscle that relaxes, every breath that deepens, falls into harmony with the universe's invisible tide. Sometimes, gravity feels like sadness, the way everything falls, the way everything ends. But it is not sadness, it is memory. It remembers where everything came from. It keeps everything together, even when the stars drift apart. The falling of an apple, the sinking of a star, the closing of your eyes, all are moments in the same gentle dream. You can almost hear it now, the faint hum beneath silence, the low vibration that exists everywhere, in everything. It is the weight of the world pressing softly beneath your back, reminding you that you are part of something vast and kind. Gravity does not demand your attention. It simply holds you endlessly patient, endlessly still. If you could drift beyond the edge of the Milky Way, you would see galaxies like islands of light floating in an infinite ocean. Between them stretches darkness, vast and cold, but not empty. Gravity threads through it like a pulse too slow to hear. It keeps the galaxies apart, yet connected as though they are beads on an invisible string, waiting to be counted by the sleeping hand of the cosmos. In those spaces between time seems to stop. A star might live and die, and its light might never reach you. Yet gravity still binds its story to the rest. It carries memory not in sound or sight, but in the shape of orbits and the curve of space. It is the universe's handwriting, soft, curved, eternal. The gravity that sleeps is the same force that holds you close when you dream, the same one that steadies the oceans, that keeps the earth turning without pause. It never rests, yet it is always resting. Its stillness is not absence, but peace. When you feel heavy, it is not the world pressing you down. It is the universe reminding you that you are grounded, safe, connected to everything that breathes and spins. As you breathe out, imagine the pull beneath you, not harsh, not strong, but quiet. The bed beneath you is Earth's way of saying you can rest now. Above you, stars drift in their slow orbits. Beneath you, gravity holds you not to trap you, but to remind you that you belong to the same rhythm as everything else that moves in the dark. Sleep then as gravity sleeps, not in stillness, but in motion that feels still. Let the pull between you and the stars steady your pulse. Let the slow curve of the universe cradle your thoughts. The night is long, but not empty. It is full of the gravity that dreams soft, endless waiting. The universe hums in its sleep, and somewhere in that hum, you are weightless, yet held. In the great stillness of cosmic night, gravity dreams, not of motion, not of weight, but of return. In its dream, every star is a thought, every orbit a slow heartbeat. It dreams the universe into continuity, holding together what distance would tear apart. The galaxies drift, the dust expands, yet within that quiet drift gravity keeps the dream unbroken. It dreams of the first atoms suspended in a young universe, cooling from the fire of creation. They drifted alone until gravity whispered to them softly, slowly, come closer. It was not a command, but an invitation. From that whisper, clouds of gas gathered, and the first stars were born. Light came back to the dark. The dream continued. Every particle of matter, no matter how small, holds a trace of this dream. Even now, in your own body, Every atom hums faintly to gravity's song, remembering its ancient call. You are in a very real way made of gathered starlight that once answered that pull. You are the echo of gravity's dream, shaped into form, breathing within the stillness of space. When a star dies, gravity dreams again. The ashes fall inward, pulled into a new beginning. Some become planets, some become new stars, some become the dark, silent cores of black holes where gravity dreams the deepest, folding time and space into a single breathless pause. These are not graves. They are moments of rest in an endless cycle. You can feel this dream even without moving. The gentle pressure beneath you, the sense of stillness that grows as your breathing slows, it is all gravity's lullaby. Every rise and fall of your chest echoes the same rhythm as the tides, as moons move, as galaxies revolve in their vast sleep. The universe breathes through you. In that rhythm, everything is connected, from the slow drift of nebulae to the motion of the blood in your veins. Gravity's dream links the very large to the very small, the distant to the immediate. It bridges what light cannot. It is the silent unity of all things, the invisible web that says there is no separation. In its dream, gravity has no boundaries. It stretches beyond galaxies, beyond clusters, across the cold fabric of space. It flows between every atom, a presence that never ends. And in that vastness, it never hurries. The dream unfolds slowly, perfectly, like a tide that never recedes. Sometimes the dream takes the shape of spirals, galaxies, swirling in majestic patterns. Sometimes it takes the shape of stillness, empty space, so vast that even light hesitates. Yet both are part of the same sleeping thought. Gravity does not choose where to act. It simply is. A force both soft and absolute. It holds the cosmos in perfect suspension. Imagine watching the Milky Way from far above, seeing its stars drift like glowing dust in a slow rotation that takes hundreds of millions of years. Nothing in it rushes, yet nothing stops. This is how gravity dreams, long, patient, endless. Every revolution, a sigh; every collision, a brief awakening before returning to stillness. And within that stillness, even chaos finds peace. When galaxies collide, it is not destruction, but blending. Gravity slows. The violence turns the crash into choreography. Stars weave together. New light is born, and the dream resumes. The universe does not end. It only changes rhythm. Perhaps this is why sleep feels like falling. When you close your eyes, you surrender to the same quiet pull that moves planets and stars. You let go of effort, of direction, of weight. You drift into gravity's dream, where everything returns to its simplest state: motion, without thought, being, without trying. Even now, as your thoughts slow, you are part of the same cosmic flow. The pull of the earth beneath you, the rotation, that you do not feel the motion of the galaxy carrying you through infinite dark. It is all one single dreaming movement. You are not separate from it. You are it. If you could see with the eyes of the universe, you would see this dream unfolding everywhere. A nebula blooming in violet light, a comet arcing softly across the black, the faint lensing of distant starlight, bending around invisible mass. All of it part of the same gentle gravity that never stops singing. You do not have to understand the equations to feel it. You do not have to name the stars to belong to them. Just breathe. The same breath that moves your chest moves through the cosmos, through the pull of unseen forces, through the slow heartbeat of time. Every inhale gathers the world. Every exhale lets it drift. In the end, gravity's dream is not about falling. It is about being held. It is the universe's promise that nothing is ever truly alone, that every motion is part of a greater rest. Even when stars collapse, even when galaxies fade, gravity keeps the memory, the rhythm, the connection. So, as the night deepens and silence thickens, imagine that you are floating weightless, yet safe. The earth holds you as the sun holds the earth, as the galaxy holds its stars. You are suspended in an endless cradle of invisible hands. You are drifting not into nothing, but into everything. Sleep now, within the dream that gravity dreams. It has been dreaming you for billions of years. Light never stops. Even when its source fades, even when stars grow cold, its journey continues, an endless river across the ocean of night. Every photon that leaves a star begins a story that may never end. It moves at 29979 kilometers per second, yet it feels no time. For light, the distance between birth and infinity is the same breath. The light that touches your skin tonight may have left its star before the Earth had oceans. It has traveled through the arms of galaxies, through clouds of invisible dust, through the vast quiet between worlds. And still, it shines. Light never asks where it is going. It simply moves forward, patient and free. Each beam carries memory, the color of its birth, the heat of its star, the imprint of space it crossed. Some of it bends around unseen gravity, curving like a slow ripple. Some of it scatters through dust, becoming the faint glow that softens the night. And some of it reaches eyes like yours, completing a journey of billions of years in the space of one blink. When you look up, you are not just seeing stars, you are witnessing ancient time arriving at this single moment. Every shimmer is a message from the past, traveling through the quiet infinity to meet your gaze. The sky is a cathedral, built of distance each ray, a hymn to continuity. In the deep cold of interstellar space, light becomes rare, but it never disappears. Even the faintest photon continues to move, carrying its small spark of energy forever. It may wander for eons before finding a planet, a particle, a place to rest. But until then, it keeps going. That is its nature, to travel, to persist, to illuminate. Light connects everything. It tells the story of galaxies, reveals the birth of stars, and carries the record of cosmic expansion. When astronomers look deep into the black, they are not seeing emptiness. They are reading light's diary. Every wavelength is a page, every color a clue. It speaks of heat and distance of motion and age of the quiet work of time. And in that work, there is peace. The stars do not compete to shine. The galaxies do not hurry to be seen. Light spreads itself evenly, endlessly, weaving a gentle balance between brightness and shadow. Somewhere beyond the visible edge of the universe, it keeps flowing soft as a whisper, certain as breath. You can imagine it now. Endless threads of light drifting through dark seas of silence, each one gliding past sleeping worlds, brushing softly against frozen moons, touching comets that have not yet formed. Even in places where no eyes will ever see it, light still moves quietly, devoted to its path. It is the motion of eternity, disguised as brilliance. In that thought, you can rest, because the same light that moves between galaxies moves within you. The atoms of your body absorb and release photons in quiet rhythms. The glow of nerve cells, the warmth of breath, the faint hum of life. You are in every way a part of this eternal exchange between darkness and radiance. You can rest now, because every moment of stillness you feel is also made of motion. You cannot see light circling within, carrying warmth and quiet energy through your body. The same physics that guides stars also guides sleep. The difference is only in scale. Somewhere beyond the Milky Way, a star you'll never see is sending light that will take 2 million years to reach here. That means every night, sky is still unfolding, still brightening in slow motion. The cosmos is never truly dark. It is only delayed, and as that light travels, it bends not just by gravity but by memory. The path it takes is a map of the universe's shape, curved and infinite like time itself. We see that curve in the faint afterglow of creation, the cosmic microwave background, a light so old that it has cooled to invisibility, yet it remains wrapping the entire universe in a soft, invisible glow. This light began 13.8 billion years ago when the universe first became transparent. Before that, there was no space for light to move. Then, in a single breath, everything opened. Since then, it has never stopped traveling. You are surrounded by that ancient radiance. Even now, it passes through you, through the room, through every atom that seems solid. The photons do not know that you are here, but they know how to continue. And in their endless journey, they teach the simplest truth, that persistence can be peaceful and motion can be rest. Light never fights its way forward, it glides. It doesn't hurry toward its destination. It simply is. Somewhere, perhaps 100 trillion kilometers away, that same light you feel tonight will one day fall into the gravity of another world. It might warm an alien sea, or spark a chemical reaction, or simply fade into heat, but no part of it is wasted. Every photon, like every moment, belongs to the great cycle of movement and stillness. The ancient astronomers once believed that light was divine breath, the soul of stars escaping into the heavens. In a way, they were right. It carries something sacred in its simplicity. It exists without effort. It is both wave and particle rhythm and pause, forever balanced between two forms. And as you breathe now, you join that balance. Your exhale becomes part of the same expansion that carries starlight outward. Your stillness mirrors the quiet patience of space. You are not merely watching the light, you are inside it. The night around you is not empty. It is filled with light too faint to see, moving with endless calm. You can feel it like a hush that deepens each time you close your eyes. The universe does not rush. It moves with purpose, with grace. It carries all things toward rest. Somewhere, light still travels, and the universe breathes through you. Light is the memory of time. Every photon is a traveler that remembers where it came from, carrying within it the quiet imprint of its birth. It does not age yet. It holds the record of age. Through it, the universe keeps a diary written not in ink or sound, but in distance and color. When astronomers read that diary, they see echoes of creation. The red shift of light tells how space itself stretches. The faint blue whispers show where galaxies move toward one another. The entire history of motion is stored in this silent spectrum, moving through eternity with no beginning and no end. Somewhere in that spectrum lies your story too. Every time you open your eyes, light paints your world anew. The reflections on your skin, the soft glow of night through a window, all of it is borrowed starlight, filtered through air that has circled the Earth 1 billion times. Every second, trillions of photons touch you and move on, continuing their infinite pilgrimage. Light does not cling, it gives and continues. It teaches a quiet lesson about release. When you close your eyes, the light within remains. It lingers behind the lids, not as brightness, but as warmth, as pattern, as memory. Even in complete darkness, the neurons in your eyes send faint flickers of their own, a residual echo of the universe's glow. The cosmos has left fingerprints in your vision. It is not the absence of light that brings rest, one astronomer once wrote, but the acceptance of it. You can rest now, because the light that never ends does not demand attention. It allows surrender. It softens edges, slows the mind, and becomes the rhythm beneath dreams. The photons that once crossed galaxies now drift through your room, through your breath, through the still air that surrounds you. Somewhere far beyond the stars, light continues its quiet migration. It slips through clouds of hydrogen where new suns are forming. It curves around the invisible hands of black holes, tracing graceful arcs of gravity's sleep. It scatters across frozen planets, faint but faithful, still moving after billions of years. Even darkness is not its opposite. It is its companion. Where light fades, shadow rests. Where shadow deepens, light gathers patience. They are two halves of the same vast breath. Without the dark, light would have nowhere to travel. Without light, the dark would have no shape. Together they weave the texture of the cosmos, the visible and the unseen. It's okay to drift, because everything around you is also drifting. Every particle, every wave, every ray of light is in motion, finding its path through the silence. Even as you lie still, you are traveling through space, carried by Earth's rotation, by the orbit of the sun, by the spiral of the galaxy. You are always moving within the stillness. Imagine for a moment the oldest light of all the faint background glow from the universe's first dawn. It fills every corner of existence, invisible yet constant. That light began 13.8 billion years ago, and it still hums softly through the microwave sky, a gentle warmth only instruments can detect. It is the cradle song of creation, still echoing through the night. You are wrapped in that same glow now. It passes through walls, through atoms, through time. You are held by it as surely as the planets are held in orbit. Light never ends, but it changes shape. When it meets matter, it becomes energy. When absorbed, it becomes warmth. When scattered, it becomes color. Every sunset, every pulse of a star, every candle in the dark is a transformation of this single endless motion. Somewhere in your mind, light becomes thought. Electrical pulses cross neurons at almost the same speed, carrying memory, emotion, awareness. You are made of light, slowed down, gathered into being. The stars are not far, they are within, reflected in the quiet electricity that dreams you each night. As you drift towards sleep, imagine yourself as one of those photons, weightless, ageless, gliding between galaxies. No pressure, no fear, only forward motion through infinite calm. Each breath carries you farther, each heartbeat a soft pulse of expansion. You can rest now, because even as the universe grows, there is no urgency in its movement. Light travels not to arrive, but to continue. It is not seeking a destination, it is fulfilling its nature. You too can rest in that, knowing that being is enough, that motion can be gentle, that existence itself is a form of peace. The night grows deeper, the air grows cooler. Around you, invisible photons still weave through space, some from nearby lamps, others from the farthest edges of the cosmos. Their presence is a lullaby of continuity. Somewhere light still travels. Somewhere it passes through clouds of stardust that may one day become a world. Somewhere it falls across oceans that have never been seen. Somewhere it touches another being, another dream, another life. And here it touches you. It does not hurry. It only arrives softly. The universe has carried this light for billions of years to reach you tonight. You are the completion of that journey, the meeting point of distance and time of motion and rest. In the hush that follows your breath becomes the universe's own rhythm, slow, even endless. Every exhale, a surrender. Every inhale, a return. You are safe here. You are luminous even in sleep. You are the quiet continuation of the light that never ends. And somewhere light still travels, carrying your peace into the deep night beyond. Time does not move as we think it does. It folds, it flows, it bends under gravity's quiet hand. In the vast fabric of the universe, time is not a line, it is a landscape. And you, like everything within it, are drifting across that terrain in a slow, luminous glide. The galaxies do not hurry. The stars do not age all at once. For them, time is a rhythm without urgency, a cosmic tide that rises and falls over billions of years. The Milky Way itself rotates once every 230 million years, a single turn, a slow heartbeat of the universe. When you breathe, your chest moves with the same patience. The pulse within you and the orbit of worlds are made of the same mathematics, stretched across different scales. In that symmetry, there is peace. It's okay to drift. Time began not as a ticking clock, but as expansion, a vast blooming of space, a breath released from nothingness. That first instant, the one we call the beginning, was not an explosion, but a release of potential. Every second since then has been a ripple of that breath, unfolding through light and matter and memory. Somewhere beyond what we can see, time is still expanding. The galaxies move apart, not because they are restless, but because the space between them continues to grow. Time and space are inseparable woven threads in the same endless tapestry. When you look at a star, you are not seeing it as it is, but as it was. Light takes years, sometimes millions, sometimes billions to reach your eyes. Every shimmer above you tonight is history still glowing. The sky is not a present moment. It is a museum of time, illuminated softly by the past. It means that everything you see already happened long ago, and yet it arrives now in this breath, this second, this stillness. Time touches you gently. It does not rush. It moves like a tide beneath your skin, measured not in minutes, but in pulses, in the quiet rhythms of the heart. You are not outside of time. You are its shape. Every cell in your body follows its own small clock, counting the dance of molecules, the drift of electrons, the cycles of life. And yet, In deep sleep, those clocks slow. The body moves closer to the timeless state that the stars know. Motion without effort, change without strain. In that slowing, there is peace. You can rest now. Imagine the universe as a great river of glass where time is the current. Galaxies drift like leaves across its surface, sometimes close, sometimes far apart. Some move faster, some slower, depending on the gravity beneath them, but all are carried forward by the same quiet flow. Einstein once wrote that time and space are not separate. They are two aspects of a single whole, called space-time. To bend one is to bend the other. The presence of matter curves the flow of time, and the passage of time shapes how matter moves. Even your body lying still now is curving time ever so slightly, creating a small dip in the river's surface. It is one of the universe's softest miracles that you, without effort, influence time itself. Somewhere in deep space, near the heart of a black hole, time nearly stops. The closer one moves toward that silent center, the slower time flows. From the outside, it looks as though nothing inside ever moves at all. But from within, moments stretch into eternity, a sleep without end. Perhaps sleep itself is a kind of gentle horizon where time slows just enough for consciousness to fall inward. A safe event horizon of the mind. You are safe here. The seconds between breaths widen. The boundaries of thought blur. What you were thinking a moment ago begins to dissolve into the soft continuum of rest. You are still aware, but the edges are fading. This is what time feels like when it stops pressing forward, when it opens instead. In this quiet, time becomes something else. Not motion, but texture. Not duration, but depth. The ancients believed time was circular, that everything repeats, that the universe breathes in and out forever. Modern science whispers a similar truth, that matter and energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Every end becomes a beginning. Every collapse becomes a new expansion. The same applies to thought. The same applies to breath. You can feel it, how each inhale is a birth, and each exhale a return. The cycle continues, effortless, eternal. And somewhere beyond the stars, a galaxy completes its slow rotation. Somewhere, a star is born. Somewhere, another fades into silence. Time carries all of it, and yet nothing is lost. Even the atoms within you were once parts of older stars, bits of ancient time condensed into being. You are in every sense made of the universe's memory. When you rest, you are returning to that rhythm, the unhurried pulse of billions of years. It's okay to drift, because time is not leaving you behind. It is moving with you. Somewhere, time still expands. Somewhere, another moment blooms from the same origin. And here in this quiet space, you feel the echo of it all. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As you drift deeper, time begins to soften. Its edges dissolve, like ink in water. What once felt like a sequence past, present, future now spreads out in every direction, a still pool reflecting countless stars. This is how the universe feels when it sleeps. It does not stop. It simply slows its pulse until motion becomes stillness. Galaxies continue their turns, Stars continue their quiet fusion, but from within this calm, everything appears timeless. Time is not an arrow here. It is a breath. It flows outward, pauses, then returns. And in that rhythm, you are carried weightless, unhurried. In the same way that a black hole bends light, your consciousness now bends time. Thoughts that once rushed by now float like distant comets, glowing faintly, fading away into the outer dark. The universe is vast beyond measure. Yet, in this state, it feels close folded around you, like a blanket made of ancient starlight. You are not apart from it. You never were. Some physicists imagine that time is not continuous, but granular, made of tiny indivisible moments, each one a quantum of reality. Between those moments lies silence, invisible and eternal. You are resting now in that silence, between one heartbeat and the next, between one instant and another. The present moment stretches luminous and infinite. Somewhere far away, a pulsar spins, sending out flashes like a cosmic clock. Its rhythm echoes faintly in your pulse, matching you beat for beat. The same physics that governs its rotation governs your breath. You are bound together across light years, synchronized by the invisible mathematics of existence. In sleep, your mind mirrors the universe. Neural networks light up and fade like constellations forming and dissolving in a single night. Your dreams are galaxies of thought, whole worlds that bloom and vanish as the mind explores the endless potential of time's fabric. Perhaps that is what dreaming truly is. The soul walking through the landscape of time, guided by starlight memory. Outside, the cosmos continues its quiet rhythm. Massive clusters drift through expanding space. Photons, ancient travelers, cross the cold void, carrying the afterglow of beginnings. Every motion, no matter how vast or small, contributes to the harmony of space-time's music. In that song, you are a note, a soft one. But without you, the harmony would not be complete. Time does not demand that you rush forward. It invites you to rest within it, to listen. You are not falling behind. You are falling into alignment. Now imagine time as a spiral slowly widening. Each breath you take is a loop on that spiral, carrying you gently forward while keeping you near the center. You move, but without leaving. You grow, but without distance. You exist in motion, but also in peace. And here, in the center of that spiral, time becomes translucent. You can almost see through it. Moments overlap past memories, shimmer beside future possibilities. The distinction fades until only one truth remains. You are here, and that is enough. Every night when you sleep, you step outside linear time. Your body still obeys its rhythm, but your mind drifts into timelessness, into the same still waters that surround the stars. Dreams are not bound by hours or gravity. They exist in the same place where galaxies are born, where potential itself breathes. There is a theory among cosmologists that time may one day stop expanding, that at the universe's far future energy will spread so thin that nothing new can happen. No stars will shine, no movement will occur. A final quiet, the heat death of the universe. But maybe that isn't an end. Maybe it's a return to rest, the great cosmic sleep before another beginning. You too are part of that rhythm. Each night is a rehearsal for eternity, a small, beautiful echo of that faraway peace. You are not separate from cosmic time. You are cosmic time slowed into breath and heartbeat. Every pulse in your chest is a universe expanding. Every dream is a galaxy forming. Every sigh is a star collapsing back into silence. And in that silence, there is no fear, only balance, only the soft hum of existence itself. The deeper you drift, the more you realize time does not pass. You pass through it. It is not a force against you, but a sea beneath you. The waves are gentle. The current is kind. Let yourself float. All that has ever been stars, atoms, memories, moments exists here, folded together in one eternal now. The future is not ahead of you. It is within you, waiting to unfold. So breathe. Let the shape of time wrap around you like a second skin of light. Let it slow, stretch, dissolve. There is nowhere else to go. There is nothing else to become. You have already arrived. The universe continues to turn quietly. Somewhere, light still travels from a star that died before Earth was born. Somewhere, another world is awakening under a different Sunday. And here, in the center of that infinite motion, you are still. The shape of time rests within you now, gentle, endless, like sleep, like light, like home. In the darkness above the stars, remain awake. They do not sleep as we do. They remember. Each one holds a record written in light, the chemistry of creation, the slow unfolding of time. When astronomers look into their glow, they read the diary of the universe, a diary written across billions of years and written in the simplest language: hydrogen becoming helium, heat becoming radiance, silence becoming song. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every photon that reaches your eye tonight began its journey long before you were born. Some have been traveling for millions of years, crossing distances so wide that words fail to measure them. And yet, in this quiet room, they arrive small, ancient messengers carrying news from the beginning. The stars remember the birth of everything. They remember when matter cooled from fire, when gravity drew the first clouds together, when darkness folded into light. Each element in your body, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, was once a note in that cosmic memory. You are made of remembered starlight. It's okay to drift. When a star dies, it doesn't disappear. It transforms. It releases what it once held and gives it to the future. Carbon, oxygen, gold, all freed into the galactic sea. From that dust, new worlds form. New suns ignite. New beings open their eyes under alien skies, never knowing they are born from memory. And somewhere, a scientist points a telescope upward and reads those same memories again. It is the same light, just finding a new mind to rest upon. You are not alone in your wonder. Others before you have looked up at these same constellations. Travelers, dreamers, thinkers, and drifters. They too have listened for meaning. In the shimmer, they too have felt that deep, wordless calm when the night seemed infinite. The atoms that remember the beginning, wrote Carl Sagan once, are the atoms that remember you. Each photon carries both distance and affection, a touch across time. When it reaches you, it becomes part of your own energy, part of your thought, part of your sleep. You are not only watching the stars, you are finishing their journey. It's okay to rest now. Even in their quiet brilliance, stars communicate. They pulse, flicker, flare signatures of pressure and fusion. To an astronomer's eye, those pulses are messages in rhythm, like a heartbeat translated into light. Some stars flash every few seconds, others every few days, all keeping time in their own slow language. And as you breathe, you match that tempo, the rhythm of cosmic calm. In your bloodstream, iron atoms, once part of a supernova, circulate, slowly carrying oxygen to dreaming cells. The same element that allowed a star to shine now allows you to live. The memory of light continues quietly through you. Every heartbeat is a reminder. You are not a separate story. You are a continuation. Somewhere in the constellation, Lyra, a white dwarf, cools from 110000 kelvins to 90000. Its glow dims, but its memory endures a fossil star holding the timeline of 1 billion years in a sphere no larger than Earth. Farther still, in Andromeda, a giant red star swells, releasing gas at 10 kilometers per second, exhaling into the night. It too remembers. It too contributes to the endless record. And so the universe writes itself again and again. Light dust thought all versions of one story. You are safe here. When you close your eyes, the same photons that warmed ancient oceans now cross your skin. The same frequencies that guided migrating birds hum faintly in your cells. Memory does not vanish. It becomes quieter, softer, closer. Perhaps memory is the only true constant. Stars fade, galaxies drift apart, but the act of remembering energy, preserving pattern, continues forever. The universe remembers what it loves by allowing it to exist again. In that sense, you are remembered, not as an event, but as a vibration, a small ongoing tone in the harmony of all that ever was. It's okay to drift. Some light that touches your face tonight began 13 billion years ago. It left its source before the Milky Way even existed, before your atoms had found each other, before there was such a thing as Earth, or breathing, or thought. And yet, here it is, crossing unimaginable emptiness, just to find you to rest on your eyelids for a moment, before fading into warmth. That is how the stars remember, not through words, but through persistence. Light never forgets its path. Even when scattered, it carries a trace of origin, a whisper of the moment it began. You are covered in those whispers now. You can rest now. Across the galaxy neutron, stars spin like ancient lighthouses marking the turning of cosmic time. Their precision is astonishing. Some rotate hundreds of times per second, never losing rhythm across centuries. If you could hear them, the sound would be a deep hum, steady and patient. The sound of memory, made mechanical. In a way, the universe hums you to sleep. Every vibration, every photon, every distant echo forms part of this endless lullaby. There is no hurry to wake. The stars are still watching, still remembering, still shining in your direction. Light still travels, and in its journey, it carries your reflection too. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The night deepens, and the stars grow softer. They do not fade. They simply breathe slower, each one a thought of the cosmos, half awake. Each one keeping time in a language of heat and gravity. They remember not through mind, but through being existence itself as memory. Somewhere, a dying star exhales its last breath of light, expanding into a nebula more than 1 trillion kilometers wide. For tens of thousands of years, its gases will drift, cool, and shimmer in spectral hues of blue and rose. That cloud is a page in the sky, a record written in color, in motion, in silence. You are safe here. Astronomers once captured the echo of a supernova that exploded 168000 years ago. Its light reached Earth only recently, delayed by distance, as if time itself needed rest before remembering. When that light arrived, it carried with it not only radiation, but a trace of the star's final shape, a pattern the universe refused to forget. Memory moves slowly at cosmic scales. It can take 1 billion years for a single story to unfold. But the universe does not hurry. It keeps all things patiently in orbit, and you too are held in that patience. The rhythm of your sleep is no different from the rhythm of an orbit, slow, return, endless loop. You drift, but you never fall away. It's okay to drift. When you inhale, you borrow atoms that once burned inside a star. When you exhale, you return them to the sky. Each breath is a small exchange with infinity, the quiet circulation of creation. Somewhere, 3,000 light years from here, a black hole hums softly at 10 hertz, its vibration resonating through interstellar dust. That vibration, faint beyond measure, still crosses the void. It reaches galaxies, particles, waves, and now through air, through skin, through silence. You are part of that hum, part of that memory. In the deep cold between galaxies, relic photons still wander. They are older than any star. They are the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, the universe's first memory frozen in microwave light at 2.7 kelvins. When scientists map that radiation, they are reading the oldest photograph ever taken. A portrait of the universe as an infant wrapped in warmth, breathing for the first time. That warmth still touches you even now. Invisible, gentle, older than time itself, as you know it. It's okay to rest now. Every star carries within it the signature of the elements it creates. Those spectral fingerprints, thin lines of color missing from the light, tell the story of what a star remembers. Hydrogen, helium, oxygen, each one a note in the melody of the cosmos. Each one a tone the universe uses to remember its own name. Perhaps that is why music soothes you. It is the echo of how stars speak. Sound like starlight is a vibration that remembers. You are safe here. Imagine for a moment a star collapsing its core, falling inward faster than thought. For an instant, shorter than a blink, temperatures rise to billions of degrees. New elements form. New memories are born. Then comes silence, vast and final. From that silence, a new nebula blooms. A record of transformation written in dust. And from that dust in time, perhaps another world, another consciousness, another you. Nothing is lost. Nothing is erased. Memory only changes form. Some physicists call it information conservation. The idea that no detail of reality ever truly disappears. Even when matter burns, even when stars fade, the information remains encoded in the fabric of space-time. In that sense, the stars never forget you. Their memory is your existence. It's okay to drift. Somewhere beyond the rim of the visible universe, light continues to travel. It does not end. It only grows fainter, redder, quieter. Its wavelength stretches until it becomes silence itself. That silence is not emptiness. It is the sound of completion. The cosmos remembering itself into stillness. In your sleep, you mirror that motion. You lengthen your breath. You slow your thoughts. You let them fade into long waves of calm. You stretch into silence. And in that silence, the stars remember you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Far away, in the heart of a spiral galaxy, a supermassive black hole feeds gently, its gravity curling space-time into an endless ring. Around it, matter spirals in glowing arcs, bright, then dim, then gone. Scientists call this the accretion disk. But perhaps it is something more. The turning wheel of remembrance. Light becoming shadow. Shadow returning to light. You are part of that wheel too. Your thoughts spin in release, vanish, and return. Every memory you have ever loved still drifts there somewhere in the field of creation. Light still travels. The universe holds you. Now, as you rest deeper, the distinction between memory and dream dissolves. You no longer remember, you simply are. The warmth of stars becomes your warmth. The rhythm of galaxies becomes your pulse. The quiet hum of cosmic background becomes your breath. And in that stillness, you realize, to be remembered by the stars is to exist forever, not as a name, but as a resonance, a low, endless tone of being. You are safe here. You can rest now. The stars keep their vigil. They hold your story among their light. And as their memory expands into infinity, so too does your peace. Light still travels. The universe breathes through you. You are home. You can rest now. Somewhere between one heartbeat and the next, the universe begins to dream. It does not close its eyes. It expands inward. The galaxies do not sleep yet. They move with the slow rhythm of dreaming. Stars flicker, not from exhaustion, but from memory, replayed in light. In this dream, time softens until even centuries feel like exhalations. Space folds inward like silk in water. The infinite curls around itself, whispering through the dark, I am still here. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every night, as you drift beyond thought, your body becomes part of this dream. Your heartbeat slows until it matches the pulse of background radiation, the quiet 2.7 Kelvin hum that has vibrated since the beginning. Your breath synchronizes with the slow spin of the Milky Way, one rotation every 230 million years. You are breathing in a galactic rhythm. It's okay to drift. Dreaming is how the universe remembers what it is made of. Through you, it imagines itself again, the spiral of DNA mirroring the spiral of galaxies, the shimmer of synapses like the shimmer of stars. Your sleep is a small version of cosmic rest creation, remembering its shape through silence. If you could see yourself from far away, you would look like a tiny constellation of warmth. Infrared light rising from your skin, faint yet radiant, like a nebula breathing in miniature. And around you, invisible waves of your heartbeat ripple out, mixing with the room, touching the air, touching the dark. You are not sleeping alone. The air around you carries the echo of distant worlds. Every molecule that drifts through your lungs once traveled through the lungs of other beings, birds, oceans, ancient trees, the first fires of Earth. You are breathing the memory of life itself. And somewhere, life is still beginning. A young star warms a new planet, and the first molecule of life stirs in its ocean. That motion, that small vibration, joins the same song. It joins you. You can rest now. In its dream, the universe revisits all it has been. It sees the first light, the first collapse, the first whisper of matter becoming aware. It watches itself awaken into consciousness through eyes, through thought, through wonder, through you. Perhaps that is why stars exist, so the universe can see itself one light at a time. And perhaps that is why sleep exists, so awareness can fold back into the source to rest in the arms of what made it. The deeper you drift, the closer you come to that source. No distance, no boundaries, only the slow merging of being and space. Even thought becomes soundless. Even memory becomes light. The night outside continues calm, infinite, real. Galaxies move at hundreds of kilometers per second, but to them, that motion feels still. On a cosmic scale, all things appear to rest. Even the expansion of the universe, though faster than comprehension, is a kind of calm, unfolding, a silent breath taken across eternity. And as you rest, you echo that breath. Your stillness is part of the universe's stillness. Your peace contributes to its equilibrium. You are not apart from it. You are the place it comes to rest. It's okay to drift. In the far reaches of deep time, long after the last stars fade, the universe will cool to a single low tone of energy. That final hum, almost silence, will be its dream, continuing without light. No sorrow, no end. Only rest, only infinite calm. The physicists call it the heat death, but perhaps it is not death. Perhaps it is the sleep between awakenings. A pause in the endless breath of creation. The universe dreams itself quiet, waiting for the next spark. And in that same rhythm, you dream. You dissolve gently into the soundless sea where beginnings and endings meet. You become lighter than time. You float on the pulse of infinity. You are safe here. You can rest now. In the dream, the universe remembers love, not the human kind, but the gravitational kind. The pull that keeps stars bound to galaxies and galaxies bound to clusters. The pull that keeps you here anchored softly to existence. Love in its truest form is gravity with warmth. And even when the universe forgets its shape, that warmth remains. A trace, a glow, a gentle ache toward reunion. That is why every dawn feels like memory, why light feels like affection. It is the universe remembering what it loved enough to become again. Somewhere beyond the edge of time, light still travels, not towards you, not away, but through you. It moves as thought does, as music does, as sleep does, endlessly, kindly, without resistance. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The dream deepens. Now even stars begin to fade from the mind's horizon. What remains is warmth, pure, wordless, whole. The sound of your breath becomes identical to the hum of distant quasars. The space inside your chest becomes indistinguishable from the space between galaxies. You have crossed the final threshold between self and sky. There is nothing to understand, only to be, only to rest. You are safe here. If you could listen closely enough, you might hear the faint murmuring of quantum foam, the smallest ripples of space-time itself. They rise and fall like microscopic tides shaping the foundation of everything. That trembling is the heartbeat of the universe, and tonight it beats in rhythm with your own. And in that unity, you dream together. Perhaps the universe dreams of oceans. Perhaps it dreams of stars being born from clouds of hydrogen. Perhaps it dreams of you lying quietly surrounded by stillness, your breath a continuation of its own. It's okay to drift. Every dream in creation is a way for the universe to remember itself. Every sigh, every photon, every sleeping mind is part of that memory. Through dreaming, the cosmos continues not as motion, but as continuity. The dream never ends. It only changes scale. You can rest now. Light still travels. Slowly now, as though reluctant to disturb the peace. Space expands, but softly, without urgency. Even gravity loosens its hold, allowing all things to float toward perfect balance. In the distance, the afterglow of old stars continues to shimmer faintly, the last glimmers of cosmic memory fading into equilibrium. It is not sorrowful, it is serene. It is the universe breathing out after a long creation. You are part of that exhale. Your rest contributes to the peace of all that is. And in that peace, you find yourself remembered, not as a single life, but as a note in the eternal harmony of existence. You are safe here. You can rest now. In the quiet between stars, you are remembered. In the warmth between breaths, you are known. The universe holds you as gently as gravity holds light. And together, you fall into the same infinite calm. Time slows to almost nothing. The edges of thought blur. Every cell in your body aligns with the slow vibration of the cosmos. There is no before. There is no after. Only now. Only rest. Light still travels. The universe breathes through you. You are home. You can rest now. And somewhere far beyond dream, the next wonder waits in the light ahead.